Welcome to the beautiful Glencoe Golf and Country Club located in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, home of the Glencoe Invitational Golf Tournament. The Invitational was established in 1992 and has evolved into one of the highest-ranked amateur golf tournaments in Canada. This year's field consists of 57 talented players from across Canada and the U.S., all vying for the chance to be crowned the champion of the 2017 Glencoe Invitational. The winner receives exemptions into the Canadian Men's Amateur, the ATB Financial Classic on the Mackenzie Tour, which takes place in Calgary, and the final qualifier for the RBC Canadian Open, the only PGA Tour stop in Canada, later this summer. After 2 rounds of golf, Brendan McDougall is in the lead at 4 under par after shooting consecutive rounds of 70. He's playing in the final group. With McDougall is Price Bashuri of Pearland, Texas, who sits 2 shots back after shooting rounds of 66 and 76. And rounding out the final group, Chris Crisolago of Richmond, BC, who is 2 shots off the lead after rounds of 69 and 73. Now let's get out onto the course and pick up the action on the 9th hole with our leaders. After a birdie on 8, next to play from the middle of the 9th fairway is tournament co-leader Chris Crisolago. Crisolago's approach settles to 28 feet in behind the hole, leaving him an uphill birdie putt. Next to play is the Texan Price Bashuri. Price has a challenging lie in the rough. His ball settles about 25 feet behind the hole. Another uphill putt for birdie. Overnight leader Brendan McDougall, first to putt. He leaves the putt well short, but would save his par. He played the front 9 3 over and is 1 under for the tournament. Crisolago, now with his birdie attempt, drills it dead center. It's his second straight birdie. He's now 3 under par on the tournament. Bashuri's birdie attempt rolls 3.5 feet past the hole, and now he needs to make his par putt to avoid a 2-shot swing with Crisolago. Bashuri fails to save his par, and he's now 2 under for the tournament, 1 shot back with 9 to play. After a birdie on 10, here's the leader, Crisolago, sitting 4 under par, his tee shot on the par 3 13th. It almost falls for a hole-in-one, and he leaves himself a tap-in. That moves him to 5 under par on the tournament. After missing the green to the right, McDougall, a difficult pitch to save his par and remain 1 under. He fails to do that and drops to even par on the tournament. Bashuri now, after making a bogey on 12, with a long-range putt here for birdie to remain 3 behind Crisolago and keep the championship within his sights. His putt, dead center. Now 2 under for the tournament, 3 back of Crisolago. What a great putt.
I was about 60 feet, I guess, and I knew I had to make something happen because he made birdie. So I just kind of saw the line. If it goes in, if it doesn't, if it does, it's great. And I ended up making it. Just falls in the last roll.
Up ahead on 17, the par 3, we pick up Jesse Galvin's tee shot. After 2 eagles on the front, Jesse makes the turn in 33 and suddenly is into contention at 2 under par for the tournament. Galvin's tee shot on the par 3 rolls far left to the hole. He's got a long, challenging putt to keep in contention with the leaders. His second shot just short for the birdie putt. His championship hopes fade. He'll have to settle for 5th place on the tournament. To the 15th we go. Bashuri now within 2 shots after making a birdie on the par 5 14th. He's been great on the back 9 all tournament. Bashuri's approach rolls back to 16 feet below the hole. Meanwhile, tournament leader Crisolago will now play his 3rd shot into the par 4. Crisolago was forced to pitch the ball back into play after an errant tee shot. This one settles 18 feet behind the hole, leaving himself a challenging downhill putt to save his par. It would slide by the hole. He'll tap in for bogey and drops to 4 under for the tournament. Bashuri now with his uphill birdie attempt to tie for the lead. That bid fails to find its mark. He'll tap in for par, still within 1 shot of Crisolago with 3 holes to go. To 16 we go. McDougall, the overnight leader and fan favorite, has a great shot just left of the pin in front of his hometown fans. He would ultimately have to settle for bogey and a 4th place finish. Bashuri now will have to play his 3rd shot from back in the fairway after being forced to lay up after a poor tee shot. Bashuri hits a great approach, leaving himself a 20-footer left to right for his birdie. Crisolago hits a great pitch from below the green. He leaves himself a downhill 4-footer for birdie. Bashuri is first to putt. With a perfect read and perfect speed, he converts the birdie and now moves to 4 under. It's a temporary tie for the lead. Great putt, and this puts the pressure back on Crisolago. Here he is, putting for birdie, trying to get his lead back to 1 under with 2 holes to go. Crisolago lips out on the birdie, would convert the par save. 2 players now tied with 2 to go. Let's go to 18. Solid tee shots from our leaders. Bashuri will be first to play. He hits a solid approach to 25 feet below the hole, leaving himself a tricky uphill putt for Bird. Crisolago is next to play. He hits a great shot, but the ball releases and ends up on the second cut behind the green. That's a difficult third shot from there. Crisolago with a tough downhill pitch. A great shot that leaves him about 9 feet to save his par. He will now have to wait and see what Bashuri does with his birdie putt. Here it is, the birdie putt for the championship. Bashuri hits a great putt, but it's just short. He'll settle for par. Bashuri finishes the championship at 4 under par, 66, 76, and 70, and will now watch as Crisolago attempts to putt his par to force the playoff. A great attempt for Crisolago, but it slides by the hole. Bashuri, now your Glencoe Invitational champion for 2017. A great battle for these two on the back nine, a gutsy performance, and brilliant putting on the back by Bashuri after a record-setting 66 and a back nine 28 on day one. Bashuri able to play the last 6 holes in 3 under par to take the championship away from Crisolago.
It's a big confidence booster with all the hard work I've been putting in. It's just had a little rough time with freshman year and started playing pretty good, and just all this hard work's paying off, and I'm excited to get the summer going.
Congrats on the 2017 Glencoe Invitational Championship, Price. We'll see you next year. We'd also like to give a special thanks to all volunteers and sponsors. We've had tremendous support from all aspects of the Glencoe Golf and Country Club membership. In addition, without the corporate generosity from ATB Financial, along with our other sponsors, this tournament would not be possible. We hope to see everyone back at the Invitational in 2018.